and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with stay in your lane on GTA 5. Now they were messing around, drive out a car park, go for a jump off the roof and manage to rather elegantly get stuck on a billboard. I mean, they were going to get stuck on this rooftop anyway, I don't think there's any way off it. But that is not really the place where you want to be putting your car. Quite difficult to aim for it if you were trying, but yeah, it's a rather stuck vehicle. But I mean, that's one thing, right? Getting stuck in GTA certainly does happen. Zoxup up next has a much more impressive one. Jumping off a roof and all of that, landing somewhere awkward, that occurs. However, they are currently, trying to run away from the police. They're going for the narrow gap when they get it wrong. This is into the subway tunnels. They manage to roll their vehicle, perfectly blocking the entrance. I mean, it is exquisitely done. I wish I could do that, time that so well in a survive the hunt to use that as a getting away method. It's just astonishingly well done. Valentine is next on GTA 5. Now they are racing around, this is actually during a stream, around the, you might recognise as the Deathloop circuit from Wreckfest. Everything is going, I think, relatively normal, very close call on the loop. However, as they leave the loop, Mercedes manages to land on the roof of the Corvette. No one can get stopped and everyone's over the edge. Turns out, Deathloop on GTA has some different difficulties that can occur. Now, we stick with GTA 5 and helicopter landing. This one, I think they forgot to put out the landing gear or something. Either way, they managed to land a little bit too hard and it, well, takes off the rear rotor. Amazingly, though, the helicopter is fine, which is unusual. The fact that the rear rotor would come off and the rest of it, seemingly be okay. So the player gets out and that's when the helicopter chooses its moment to explode. Droptimer up next on Once Human is driving around. I can't say I've ever come across this game before. Either way, they're driving about in their muscle car. Everything is going good. Everything is going relatively, everything is going relatively well until whatever the hell that is turns up and decides the muscle car should go for many rolls. This weird-legged bus didn't like the Mustang and just wanted it to roll. Apparently there are FailRace monsters that just make cars roll over. The Forest Archer up next on Beam is driving the good old Pugin, which is honestly not your best off-road vehicle. There are many reasons why it is terrible in terms of off-roading. One of them is the toilet sometimes gets caught on the scenery. It's quite tall, and the Pugin has been defeated entirely by one tree, because it managed to tip it so far back the wheels aren't actually touching the ground anymore. So without a node grab or a reset, that is stuck, and that is not going anywhere. Speaking of getting stuck, RGB Nitro on Wreckfest suffers a little bit of lag going over a jump and, well, ends up stuck in a wall. Okay, not particularly great, so they go for a reset. They then get reset on the ramp. This, of course, is the sort of stadium super truck style circuit that, for whatever reason, has decided this poor car is going to be stuck resetting in the same place. Stuck resetting in a place where it can't go forward. I'm guessing like the reset point the game wants to use from where the car crashed into the wall is conflicting with where the ramp is for some reason, and this being, a three-wheeled vehicle and maybe wonky hitbox or something, it just wasn't going to let it go. Pegasus up next on CarX Drift. They are, minding their own business, doing some drifting, everything going fairly well, when another player kind of ends up in their way. The lead car goes for the crash, and I'm not sure what this maneuver is called, but it is quite impressive as it manages to somehow land back on its wheels. I don't know what to call that maneuver, but it's definitely worth many points in the FailRace Drifting Championship. Philip up next also on CarX Drift manages to clip a lamppost and go for a crash. Finds a roof. I mean, clip it, having an accident from hitting a lamppost, well, that makes sense. You probably would. You smack the lamppost with the rear of your car while you're drifting around. Somehow managing to get enough height to go on top of a building, a little bit less sure on, if I'm honest. So yeah, I mean, they're just messing around. He's getting it wrong here. Clip the lamppost and the game figures it should just chuck the car up onto the roof and, well, you're probably not supposed to go up there. Quite impressive. Quite impressive, nevertheless. Steel Guns up next on Stormworks. Now, they are trying to sink a boat. I can't say I know much about this game particularly, but that's what they're doing. They're trying to sink this boat. So, they place a bunch of C4 in the bottom of it, And, you know, that should work, right? Create a big hole, water will come in, boat will sink, right? That makes sense. So the detonate said C4, and nothing happens. Well, that's not great. Maybe they didn't put enough C4 in it. Maybe it wasn't in quite the right place. It didn't quite blow a hole in the right part, or something like that. Either way, the boat is still seemingly very much okay. And then it isn't. And then the game freezes a little bit, I guess, as it catches up or something, and then it explodes so hard the player is launched away. I don't think it was C4. I think they put some sort of like nuclear bomb in the boat. Either way, it's such a big explosion. It broke the game and launched the player. I mean, I think into the afterlife at this point. I think we're going to say that much. You can see they are racing across the map at very high speeds. Yeah, maybe a bit too much C4 or something. I don't know. It's gone weird either way. Wolvar is up next on Assetto Corsa. We've got some classic Group B rally cars. They are behind an Audi Quattro, looking for a way past, get it wrong, clip a railing, and go for a very big flight. Yep, that's a big crash. It's a really easy mistake to make as well. I mean, we've all done it when playing racing games. They've just turned in a little bit too soon. They've just misjudged the width of the car, and in clonking the railing, it fires them up the banking, and yep, that's over and out for them. And finally, we have a sizable Scarab up on Police Simulator. I know they are... Their car already looks like it has seen better days. Either way, they're heading along, and they miss their turning they want to go for. It wasn't a great piece of driving in the first place. However, the amount of rolls that managed to go on with their vehicle is stunning. How many rolls it got from a collision from a smart car, essentially. That is very FailRace Police Department, if ever I saw the FailRace Police Department making appearances right there. That, though, is going to be it for this video. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via a Google form. There'll be a link to it in the description. All the rules and how it works can be found on there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.